Hi guys, I am Oluwatamilala Akiode, aka Sisidami, and in this video, we're going to be discussing solutions to the problems of lack of momentum that we usually feel some of the time. There are some times that you have this feeling like you ought to be productive, you ought to do something that will either add value to yourself or add value to other people. But that urge to do is that drive, that momentum is not just there, and you don't know why. And we in our previous video, the link is in the description box if you've not watched it. We looked at different reasons. The reasons differ for different people, but we've looked at some of the reasons why we get these feelings. And in this video, we're going to be discussing solutions to this problem, to the problem of inertia, as we'll call it. So sit back and enjoy. We are going to move to the solutions. As I said earlier, you're not alone in this. And I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to myself. We're all talking to each other. So you're not alone in this. It happens to everybody. So we're going to talk a bit about the solutions. I said earlier that for you to overcome inertia, it takes a force. For inanimate objects, it takes a force, an external force. The force has to be external because it cannot generate the force from within them. For an animate object, that is a living object, which we are, the force has to be internal. I will ask you this question. Is it every time you want to stand up that somebody pulls you? No. Right? Like, the number of times that somebody pulls you up for you to stand up is very small, very little compared to the number of times that you decide to generate the force from within you to stand up by yourself, right? So, for you to overcome inertia in life, you have to generate the force from within you. See, my dear, I'm telling you the fact. Nobody can pull you. The force has to be generated from within you. Do you get it? I know that sometimes I'm always like, because somebody just come out every reason. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. But the truth is, you have to generate the force from within you. And we're going to look at how to generate the force from within you. So the first solution I will say is that have a vision in mind. The only thing that you would do without a reason is to remain in your comfort zone. If you come out of your comfort zone, there has to be a reason. Like, you will not just decide to take a course, you will not just decide to take a training, you will not just decide to be productive because you feel like you can't. Well, some people feel like, but most of the time, I don't think you ever feel like being productive. You just want to enjoy lying in bed. So the first thing or the force that would bring you out of your comfort zone is to have a vision, have a goal that you have set, have a legacy that you want to leave behind wherever you are, have a picture of yourself in your mind, who you want to be, what the impact that you want to give to your world, that change that you want to make to your world, that blessing that you want to be, that example that you want to live for people coming behind you to follow, that problem that you want to solve, that solution that you are. You need a force. See, how passionate you are about life determines how much attention you will give to different things that you come across. So if you are very passionate about fulfilling purpose, about being a blessing, then you'll be passionate about being productive too. So what would drive you out of bed is that you have a vision, you have something in mind that you want to do. Now, the second thing is that, now this is talking about when workload reduces and maybe you're on holiday and all. It's good to rest, like it is very good. Rest is good for the body. But there's this saying that says that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And then I heard it somewhere that all play and no work makes Jack even worse. So yes, it's good to rest. It's good to rest, but not when you're supposed to be working. So the solution that I will give to that is that have a plan and then have a time limit to the plan. And this thing requires discipline. I know that most of us don't like to hear discipline. I don't like to hear discipline. Okay, maybe I do. But discipline sometimes looks like a hard thing to do because you're like, but see, you can't do it. You can't be disciplined. So have a time that, okay, at this particular time, I must have achieved this. And be strict with yourself. That's what it means to be disciplined. Like, be firm on yourself. Don't be lax with yourself. So be disciplined. That way, it would kind of, maybe not fully, maybe not as in school time, but at least it will bring this kind of pressure to you that, okay, I have to do this before this particular time. So when you have a goal, have a time set for those things, that for what you want to achieve, so that you will not be resting, so that you will know when to work and you will know when to rest, so that you will not be resting when you're supposed to be working. Maybe it is something that you are going to be doing every day. Have a time that you do it every day, so that you know that, okay, from 5 to 6 p.m. or from 5 to 6 a.m. I have to do this. I am not going to be resting at this particular time. You get. Now, the next thing is that, talking about having a lot to do, and then thinking about having a lot to do actually makes you tired of doing it. When you have a lot of responsibilities that you have to achieve, that you really cannot assign to anybody to achieve, whether you achieve the responsibilities now, you achieve it later, it will still be staring at you in the face. If you don't do it now, or if you don't do it at all, you will not get the results you want. If you don't do it now, it does not mean that you will still not do it. Only if you don't want to get the results that you desire. So why not just close your eyes? And when I mean say close your eyes, I mean like just don't think about it. Just do it. Just try to like, okay, I have a lot to do here, but just start. That's the hardest thing in a journey is to start. When you start, just start. This video that I'm recording, I had always wanted to record it for months now, but I always be like, it's a lot. But just start. When you start, it was just today I was like, nah, I'm going to record this video today. So I just went to just pick up everything and then just make sure that, oh, I record this video today. And the moment I started rehearsing, it ended up that I was going to record this video today. So just start. You have a lot to do it. I have to do this, I have to do that. Don't think about it. If you think about it, it's still be right there. Thinking about it would not take the responsibilities away. Only if you don't want to get the results that you desire to get. On to the fourth, which is the last, and I'll be dwelling a lot on this, is that be determined to keep on trying. See, let me tell you the fact. Let me tell you the fact. It would not look like it at first. Sometimes there are many times that you're not going to meet up with the standards that you have set for yourself. But do not stop trying. I am pleading with you. Don't stop trying. Don't get tired of trying. Don't feel disappointed in yourself. If you set the standard and you fall short, try again and try again and try again and keep on trying again and again. See, one thing I told myself is that no matter what happens, even if somebody comes to tell me that this standard that you have set for yourself your entire life you cannot achieve it, I am still going to keep on trying. Like, let me say it again, because I think I didn't say it well, so that you understand. I told myself, although I forget sometimes, but at least I try to remember. So don't look at me that so sometimes I remember. I told myself that even if somebody comes to tell me that, Damilola, this standard I have set for yourself in your entire life, you can never achieve it, and I dare to believe that person, I will still keep on trying. But now I am here to tell you that no matter the standard that you set for yourself, whatsoever you have set your hands on to do, you can actually achieve it if you do not stop trying. You would actually achieve it. One day, you would attain a standard that you have set. Did I hear you say when? Well, I really cannot say when, but one thing I am sure of is that if you are not weary in doing well, at the right time, in due season, you will reap what you have sown if you do not faint. Do you understand me? So please, I'm talking to us, I'm talking to each other, but I'm talking to myself also, that's what I mean to say. But do not be tired of doing what you are doing. Do not be tired of well doing. In the right time, you would reap. Look around you. Look at your friends. Look at your family. Look at your parents. Look at your siblings. Look at your neighbors. Look at everybody around you. There's a problem that they have that you are the solution to. It's something that God has placed inside of you that He is expecting you to give to them. They might not know that it's going to come from you. You might not know that they actually need it as much as even me. You might not know that we actually need it as much as we really do, but they are waiting for that solution to come. They don't know that it's going to come from you. So do you want to keep them waiting? They might not even be looking towards your side for that solution, but there's something inside you, that potential, that impact that you intend to give to your world, that value that you intend to add. We are waiting for it. So don't get tired. If you get tired, then you are going to be delaying us. We're just going to be waiting, and it's looks like we're waiting in vain. So I'm pleading with you, do not get tired. And then if in the end you do not get to see yourself achieve the standard that you have set, then may I tell you that at least you have shown the whole world 1,000,001 ways to not do it. That's also a legacy enough to leave behind. If maybe you've seen a particular salary, you intend to bless your world with something, and then you later do end up achieving it in your entire life, which the possibility is very slim. But if that even happens, then at least you've shown the whole world 1,000,001 ways to not do it, so they can actually still learn from you. That is still a legacy that you have left behind. So I am telling you that you should not get tired. See, whether you take life seriously or you don't take life seriously, you will still face challenges. That reminds me of a story in the Bible talking about a wise man and a foolish man. Now, the wise man built his house on the rock. Let me just paint this scenario. There are two men that they wanted to build their house, and then it was the same structure they wanted to build. And then this particular man, let's call him Mr. A, he used the correct amount of materials for the foundation of his house. He used correct amount of cement and granite and sand and everything. Mr. B was a very economical person, and then he decided to use half of all of those materials for the same structure of house that Mr. A was building. So maybe he was supposed to use, let's say, 20 bags of cement. He used 10 bags, or let's just say he just tried to use 15 bags. Now, when they had built their houses, these two houses, let's say they were built beside each other or near each other. Now, the two houses faced the same challenges. They faced the same storm, the same rain, the same wind. They faced the same challenges, in short. And Mr. A's house stood. Mr. B's house collapsed. Why? Very logical. Because Mr. A's house had a stronger foundation. Mr. A prepared for the challenge. Mr. B did not prepare for the challenge. The challenge that his house faced. So it's the same thing. Whether you take life seriously or not, you will still face challenges. Whether Mr. A or Mr. B, whether they made their foundation strong or not, they still face the same storm. They still face the same challenges. So I implore you to be on the beneficial side, which is the side that you take life seriously. Because if you do not take life seriously, you would fail, and you will fail woefully. If you take life seriously, you might fail at first, but at the end you would overcome beyond your wildest dreams. So I'm not saying these things because I am already there. No, I'm saying this because that's the right thing, that's the truth. So don't be a coward. Hold your life, your destiny in your hands, and move forward. I know that some of the time when we are not motivated, we don't like to hear some of these things. Personally, for me, sometimes it just annoys me, like, just shut up, what are you saying? But that's the truth, and we have to face it. You have to take your life in your hands and move forward. See, sometimes I'm like, God, can't you like wire something inside of me? Like, can't you just make me suddenly dogged? Because I see some people, these people are so dogged. They make a mistake now, and almost immediately they stand up, dust themselves, and keep on going. You know, that kind of remove kind of spirit. I'm like, God, man. But see, I saw a post one day. The person was like, I really don't feel the pain of rejections anymore. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa, that emanated from continuous rejections. So I feel like those people that are dogged and they are, if you are like that, seriously, you inspire me. Like, you inspire me. But if you are like me, though you don't need to be pressurized. Just go at your own pace. Just keep on trying. Go at your pace. Don't be pressurized. Why am I not as looking at this person? Maybe I'm not just cut out for it. No, those people too did not get there in a day. They did not get there in one day. It was continuous mistakes. They continued to make mistakes. Continue to move on. Continue to make mistakes. Continue to move on. That it now seemed as if they had built resistance to dwelling in mistakes that they make. So and then another thing is that whenever you make mistake, whenever you try and then you don't meet up, learn from it. Don't now just move on and just move on like that. Learn from it, because if you don't learn from it, then there's really no point trying again, because it's as if you are going to try again and still make the same mistake. So if you make a mistake, learn from it and promise yourself not to make that mistake again. And if perhaps you end up making that mistake again, promise yourself again not to make that mistake. And if you make the mistake again, promise yourself again not to make that mistake until you finally not make that mistake again. So don't say that it may be you make a mistake once and then you make it again and you make it again, and then you not say maybe this mistake is just part of me. No, it's not part of you. Continue to promise yourself not to make that mistake. And yes, one more thing, do not compare yourself with anybody. One thing that some of us tend to do is that we feel like we okay, comparing yourself is relating to, you know, looking at people that are dogged and like feeling bad that you're not like them. That's comparing yourself. Don't compare yourself to anybody. And then some of the time, maybe there's a particular impact that you give to your world, and then there are several other people that give that impact. So maybe you write, and then in this world there are many writers, and they are feeling like, what do I want to write that somebody has not written before? Do you get? So you're like, what's the point? But may I tell you that you are unique in your own way. If I give you a particular topic and I give your friend that has a similar mindset to yours that same topic, do you know that even if you guys write the same point, you're not going to write it the same way? So you're not going to write it the same way. So your audience will be different from the audience of your friend. Do you get? So don't feel like a lot of people, they're already doing it. So what do I want to sing that somebody has not sing before? What do I want to write that somebody has not written before? What song do I want to sing that somebody has not sang before? No, don't feel like that. You are unique in your own way. You have your own audience. You have the people. You have the people that you are. You have the problem that you are a solution to. Even if it looks like most of you are doing the same thing, it's not really the same thing. You are doing it in your own unique way, and that person doing it in their own unique way. So you don't need to copy another person. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't need to say, if this person is doing this way, let me also do it that way. No, just be yourself. You can learn from others, but don't try to be cloned. Do you understand? So yeah, I think that I have come to the end of this long video. I hope that you learned a lot from these things, from all that I have said. Let me just take a brief recap that just the solutions that you have to set a goal. When you set a goal, it's kind of like and yes, when you set a goal, it streamlines your productivity. It streamlines what you do, in the sense that if you don't have a goal in mind and then you have that productive mindset, because I think some people have that, they're just I don't know, I may be wrong, but I feel like some people, their default mode is just be productive. If you don't have a goal in mind, they're just going to be productive haphazardly, if you really get what I'm saying. But if you have a goal in mind, it kind of streamlines, kind of helps you to focus on a particular thing, a particular course, a particular training that you have to do. So have a goal in mind. The second is that have a plan, that this is the time that I'm going to do this, so that you will not be resting when you're supposed to be working. And the third is that we should, whether we have when we have responsibilities, whether we do it now or we think about it before we do it, those responsibilities will still be there. So just don't think about it, or close your eyes and just do it. And then the fourth is that don't stop trying. And then the fifth, this is the final, is that do not compare yourself with other people. So come your way next time. Don't forget that you are the light of the world. You must not become darkness. result, it was not your savior. You continue to give chase, preservation, and purification to your world, and your world awaits you. We are waiting for that inside of you. We're waiting for that protection that God has placed inside of you. Please don't hold us to ransom. Don't keep us waiting in vain.